Bong Joon-ho's Okja is a film about the ugly truth of the food industry, told through the friendship of Okja, a super pig, and Mija, a farmer girl. In this video, I will analyze the cinematography of this film, specifically how Bong Joon-ho's use of shot composition communicates the dynamics of the relationships between characters. We first see Okja and Mija in a two-shot reminiscent of the infamous scene from My Neighbor Totoro. In both films, there is a common element, an unlikely friendship between girl and seemingly magical creature. The film also features a truly Hayao Miyazaki-style montage of awe-inspiring shots of nature. However, the shot that establishes their friendship is this. The shot is a close-up of Okja and Mija, and the audience is shown a screen dominated by the two characters, effectively cutting out the rest of the world from this display of friendship and trust between the two. This shot is recreated later in the movie to signify another moment of trust that takes place in wildly different circumstances. The choice to use a close-up shot in a moment of danger implies a sense of safety they have in each other, that the rest of the world is not even in the frame. An interesting perspective in this film to consider is the relationship between Mija and the world around her, which the director artfully captures through multiple shots that separate her from everyone else. In this bird-eye shot of her on a crowded flight of stairs, the angle puts distance between the viewer and Mija, while the framing and lighting separates her from the masses. In this scene from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, we see the same idea of framing a shot with a large crowd to create juxtaposition that makes a particular character stand out. One of my favorite shots in this movie is the first on-screen interaction between the Miranda sisters. By putting both sisters in an eye-level profile shot, Bong Joon-ho creates in the audience's eye a sense of balance through a reflective image, a mirror trope within characters. Both sisters, played by Tilda Swinton, are inherently the exact same, alluding to a far deeper metaphor. Each sister represents a face of capitalism. One is far prettier, polished, easier to swallow, while the other is more harsh and honest. However, in the end, they result in the same cruelty. The use of profile shots is not new to Bong Joon-ho. In his 2009 film Mother, he uses the profile shot to add a third-person point of view, communicating to the audience that even by the end of the movie, they do not know the characters any better. The technique goes further than Bong Joon-ho. In Fight Club, this technique can be seen in the interactions between the narrator and Tyler Durden, who is an externalization of his own toxic masculinity. The framing puts them side by side at eye level, indicating once again they are ultimately the same, reverting back to a literal human mirror trope. These were just a few of the examples that showed Bong Joon-ho's mastery of shot composition, and they reflect the level at which character relationships were explored through camera angles and framing throughout the amazing cinematography of Okja. The camera angles and framing throughout the movie act as hints towards the nuances of the characters' emotions. Ultimately, this goes to prove that Bong Joon-ho's work has been at par, if not surpassed, the styles and subtleties of traditional Hollywood as well as international cinema.